another crossover. This time we've got yet another contender in the hottest segment of the market at the moment, in the Opel Mokka. It's named after a coffee bean, if you like fun facts, and it's based on the Corsa, which is a super little car. But this one should appeal more to family buyers who need a bit more space and practicality. So I've had it for nearly a week now, and I'm going to start off with the positives. And the standout feature for me was comfort. Opel do really good seats, and this one supports you in all the right places, with plenty of adjustment to tweak it to your preferred driving position. I was in it for 6 hours yesterday and got out as fresh as I did when I got in, with no back stiffness like I often do after a longer journey, so that really impressed me. Then what adds to that comfort is the amount of kit on board. This is the SRI model, which comes with everything you can think of for a really effortless drive. There's cruise control, automatic lights and wipers, parking sensors, sat-nav, and then Opel's OnStar assistance service, so you don't even have to enter the destination yourself, you can just call OnStar and they'll do it for you. Then as for the not so great points, the interior feels a little cluttered, there's way too many buttons on the centre console, and they're not that easy to read. Between that and the screen just being that little bit too far back towards the windscreen, it's not the easiest system to use when you're on the move and need to be concentrating on the road. Then there's a couple of little design flaws when it comes to storage. There are central cup holders, but when you put a large bottle of water in this one, it interferes with the gear shift. It doesn't fit in this one. And when you put it in the door bin, it has to go in at a slant, so you'll have to make sure that your lids are on securely. The boot fares much better for practicality. It's a decent size at 360 litres, and you get a completely flat load area when you fold the rear seats down. Space in the back is pretty good, headroom is generous, as is knee room. Width-wise, 3 adults would be a bit of a squeeze, but for kids, there's more than enough room. Isofix anchors will allow you to mount car seats securely to the chassis of the vehicle, and the Mokka scored the full 5 stars on the NCAP safety test. The drive is definitely another plus point for the Mokka, and another thing that makes it such a comfortable car to get around in. The suspension is just soft enough to take the jolt out of any rough surfaces, but it can still hold its own around corners. The steering feels well weighted, it's light enough around town yet firmer at motorway speeds, and good visibility along with those driving aids I mentioned earlier make it a very easy car to park and negotiate tighter spaces in. You can get the Mokka with 4-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, with a 1.4 or 1.6 litre petrol engine, or a 1.6 litre diesel like this one, which is by far the most popular choice here. And it makes sense too, especially if you do a lot of mileage. The claimed fuel economy is impressive at 4.3 litres per 100 kilometres, or about 61 miles to the gallon. I've been averaging about 5.5 or 51 mpg, which isn't bad for real world driving. CO2 emissions down of just 119 grams a kilometre puts it in tax band A at just €200 a year. Prices start at just under €21,000 for the entry-level petrol, right up to about €28,000 for this higher spec SRI diesel model, which puts it about middle of the road for the segment. It is worth noting that there is a facelift on the way very soon in the Mokka X, which should hopefully see some improvements to the interior. But for that reason, and if you can live with all these buttons in the meantime, you might just get yourself a good deal on this model at your local Opel dealer, details of which you'll find over on our new car channel. I'm Sinead McCann for CarsIreland.ie.